we're live. No crashing yet. Hello everyone who's currently watching. My name is Zhatt and I'm here with Strict Toaster.
Hello everyone. It's still offline to me, but hopefully in a couple of
Should
seconds
be up in a few seconds.
it
I'll go
will
back
be.
to my dashboard. Keep an eye on things here.
There we go. I see it now.
And let me go retweet you.
That is lazy. You should tweet your own tweets.
People want to see your name. You're the famous one, right?
I'm not really the famous one.
Okay, I'll just close all this junk.
There we go.
Still says I'm offline. Oh, there I am. Okay. It looks like
Perfect.
we have 3 other people here. So this is gonna be pretty casual, just hanging out with Strict Toaster and playing my current city of Fairview in City Skylines.
Show the people on Twitch all the cool things you did with the city.
Okay, so I'm doing a semi-realistic style with avenues and a gridish system between them. Trying to keep avenues about like 3 to 5 blocks apart so everyone has good access around the city. The avenues connect to the highways, and I'm trying to cram in pretty much as many highway connections as I can without them overlapping too much. Excuse me. Oh, my cam's frozen. I've got a little bit of tickle in my throat. I've seen some people when they're playing the game, they have like as many off ramps as they can cram in, they're like one after the other. I don't think that's really a good way to do it. You don't really want your traffic going on to like every road in your city, but I haven't really experimented with that yet. This is where I started, actually in this neighborhood, and I knew I wanted sort of like a central park, and then downtown kind of just popped up over here. It's my old industrial area with not too many abandoned buildings right now. It's been abandoned like half the time. I've got a neat little actually I'm gonna go to camera mode. This is my rail yard, which is pretty much the only way you can get to it is via the highway, which I thought was a good idea because it keeps traffic flowing here. And then I had a lot of trouble at this intersection as most of the trucks were getting on here. I've cleared it up a little bit by changing the way the roads connect nearby. Big old roundabout. It's a high-class area. So I started over here. I started doing the standard sort of 8 deep, maximizing the zoning space. So you get buildings that are 4x4.
People in chat are asking what map this is.
This is 2 rivers, maybe? I don't actually remember. It's one of the temperate ones. So yeah, I started this type of zoning, and then I started experimenting a bit. So these are 3 deep, so you get a lot of, well, I think they're all 3 deep buildings. Oh no, sometimes you get a 4 and 2. And then over here I did some curves, and these buildings are all 2x2s. Extended that down by the water. Strict Toaster said he liked my waterside buildings.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It
And
could
then-
use a little bit more trees, I think.
It
Wanted to
could.
keep it clean on purpose.
No, I mean I could throw more trees down. I was using these big ones because I thought they looked cool from a distance
Yeah.
on the coast, but I felt like having too many of those would look weird, so maybe I'll just scatter some smaller ones in there as well.
What I found that it's nice is, do you have the tree brush mod
I
installed?
don't.
Because if you use a tree brush mod with the little bushes, the small ones,
Oh yeah.
and you just scatter them around, it looks really nice, and it doesn't like overpower.
Oh yeah, bushes
your-
would look good. I've
Yeah.
been trying to put too many trees because I hear that there's a item limit cap,
Yeah,
and I think that includes roads and trees.
it's still a pretty big limit, so you can put tons and tons of trees, and you won't have a problem.
Do trees grow on cliffs like this? Like in rock?
Sometimes.
I'm
Sometimes.
trying to put them on like the flat parts. That makes sense. Scatter them around.
So
Yeah,
I guess I and other people in the chat will. I mean, nobody said this in the chat, but I'm assuming they think the same way I do. How many hours did you put into this city so far?
This
Do you have?
particular city is probably about half of. Oh, my camera's frozen again. Keep doing that. About half. Wait, is my camera frozen? No, it's not.
It doesn't look frozen.
No, I'm looking at the preview, which is paused. I probably spent about half my time that I played the game on here. I've played 60 hours so far, so maybe 30 hours in this one city alone. And it's not even that big. I'm trying to go for about 100,000. But I've been really micromanaging kind of each neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the look I wanted. I mean, areas like this are really fiddly when I'm building right along the coast. I'm trying to get things the right level. And I rebuilt it a few times to try to get the buildings kind of nicely spaced. And I'm experimenting as I go. I mean, I think I started this neighborhood kind of like this one and realized actually I want smaller buildings on curves, so I just destroyed the whole thing and rebuilt it.
Yeah, I bet that you've refactored many of these neighborhoods
Yeah.
many times over.
I try not to obsess too much. I mean, if I do something, I'm not going to like take out this neighborhood and rebuild it. It's there. It's okay. And just keep moving on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really don't like this area, but I'm kind of leaving it as the ugly part of the city. Cities sometimes have that. It's part of the character.
Yeah. Chad wants to know how do you feel about the game in general compared to other type of games?
I don't want to
similar games?
say it's like the perfect city builder, because it's not, but I have trouble complaining about anything at all. With the mods, a lot of the big issues from the beginning, like the chirper, is gone. As Strict Toaster mentioned, the UI is a little basic, but it works. I mean, it has the overlays like SimCity has, which is nice.
I have one question for you. What do you think about how the industrial area looks like? That is like one of my biggest.
I need to get the
things for
mod
this
that
game.
stops it from being purple.
Yeah, I have that one.
It looks
I
like
mean,
purple snow or something.
Yeah,
Or it's like Oompa Loompa land over here.
but like buildings in general, like industrial areas look like very weird to me.
This industrial area I think looks okay. I don't like the specialized industrial areas. Like, this is supposed to be not on fire for one. It's supposed to be like tree farms, but it doesn't look like that. I mean, you got a lumber mill, little collection of trees. I mean, this doesn't look like logging to me.
Yeah,
Living in like BC, I know what real logging looks like, where you got like these giant dirt roads and they're cutting down huge swaths. I mean, this whole area should be covered in like dirt roads with trucks moving back and forth and things.
well, the fact that you have only 4 tiles by however many to zone limits
Yeah, I mean,
the
the
types of buildings and props that you
the
can fit in.
biggest zoning building is a 4x4, which is weird because you can make parks larger, obviously. I mean, I think this is close to the max size you can make a park.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't they have buildings pop up like that as well? At least
Yeah.
for like farming and
I've seen people who use the asset editor the same way you did your main park, the one that you showed on the screen a few seconds ago.
yeah.
How you can create like bigger things and plop them, right? But yeah, I just wish the game when you zone farms, especially farms, look so weird. They have this like very futuristic buildings. I don't know why.
Yeah, I haven't actually built farms yet because I just don't want to see them.
Yeah.
I saw them in your preview. I'm like, whatever. I do
I'm
have
sure
a
it will
little
get better though.
oil area here, and this just like it doesn't look like it looks like oil processing, but it
Yeah.
doesn't look like any oil mining is going on here.
I was expecting some like what do you call them, the pumps that like the ones that we had in some city or
The
like
pump
the
shacks?
real. Yeah, exactly.
I saw
like,
some here before, but they went away.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. Maybe I ran out of
Is this all
oil.
refineries now?
Let me check my resource. I hear that's another complaint about resources is that they actually disappear pretty quickly.
I had I don't know if this is a bug with the game, but
Oh, yeah.
I had some oil plants and oil production, and my plants like ran out of oil, and I had like an oil production right next door, and nothing happened.
Yeah,
Like,
well, you can see on the screen now that there's no more oil right here. It's already gone. I've already been... Oh, actually, I guess I've been playing for 34 years, but realistic oil reserves should last like 50,
a few
100
more
years or
years.
something, yeah.
Probably, yeah. What's in the middle of the park? People were asking in chat.
Maybe we need... parks full of dirt, roads, and logs. I mean, you could make like a custom asset that you plop down that just looks cool. One thing I downloaded was more realistic thermal, not thermal, solar farms. I haven't actually tried them yet.
Oh, show me, I want to see.
Where can I put them? Let's
Or
go
show us, actually.
out. Maybe I'll make a little temporary one here. Cover up my logging area.
Oh, that looks fancy.
And then there should be an extender piece. And it has more realistic stats, so it barely outputs any power. It takes up a lot more room. So yeah, I like it.
It's great. I just saw it, by the way. I mean, the delay. By the way, for those of you who don't know, I'm watching the stream at the same at the same time most of you are. So
I probably could screen share with you, but I don't know if that would just
no,
destroy
it
my
won't help.
bandwidth.
It won't help, I don't think.
I used to have... No, actually, I think I have a different map. I used to have just like oil and coal over here. I think power needs some balancing as well, because these are way underpowered when they should be... Actually, this is another one I downloaded, which is more realistic, a lot more power, and a larger coal plant. And then over here, I have my little... what's it called? 5 Mile Island, Long Island, or whatever. Nuclear power plant.
3 Mile Island?
Yeah.
The one that exploded?
Yeah, one that melted down
Or
a
had a
little bit.
meltdown? Yeah.
And I've got my water pumps on here too, but I'm pretending that they're actually part of the plant. Because realistically, I mean, the game says it uses a lot of water, but I think real nuclear power plants like need to be beside the water because it actually takes in a lot of water and dumps out really, really hot water.
I think it's great how you mixed different elements that are completely unrelated and connected in the game, just to mimic visually on a semi-industrial area, or not industrial area, but a utilities area. You know,
Yeah,
because it totally looks like it belongs.
I dropped a firehouse here thinking it would look good, and then I realized actually it's probably a good idea to have a fire department next to your nuclear power plant, anyways.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then these are just random buildings, and I'm pretending are part of it. But it's actually a garment production facility, so you can get your glow-in-the-dark shirts there.
It would have been nice if you can like fit that that service road that connects to your island in between the freeway at a maybe higher altitude.
I was kind of
higher height.
planning to rebuild this area a little bit. I don't know what I was doing. I just knew I wanted this kind of here. I'd actually rather kind of connect it to the highway, but there's no real good way of doing that. In some places, I'm even just using a straight, like, avenue to highway connection. It's a little weird, but I've actually seen highways that do this. And there's no problems with traffic.
No, there shouldn't be. I mean, I've seen freeways that have like even like traffic lights.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there are traffic lights here.
Yeah.
Actually, there should be some here. I'm using a mod where you can toggle traffic lights on and off. It's excellent. I don't know if you have that one yet.
No, but how many times do you need to like micromanage every single
Yeah,
intersection?
because I mentioned before I'm using a lot of avenues. And at these intersections, normally there's traffic lights. But realistically, it's just a little side road. So you'd have a stop sign here, and then they would have right of way down the avenue.
Yes.
So
yeah,
I
that's
just
how it happens in real life.
yeah, take the traffic lights off these intersections whenever I build them.
Well, you
So-
can also maybe like bring that avenue to the one that you had before by the freeway to like a 2-lane road, and a thing that will generate only stop signs, maybe.
Well, I wanted traffic lights on this
Oh.
because that's kind of how it works in real life. There we go.
I'm probably not seeing what you're seeing right
That's
now.
okay.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I keep
That
trying
soccer field is a mod too, right? The one that was in the background just a
Yes,
moment ago.
I'll go over there. Where'd it go?
Oh, I see.
A really nice one. Except, that's one thing is, in SimCity they actually had animations where people are like running around playing games. In this, they don't really have kind of special animations for that. Was it called Three Rivers? Not Two Rivers?
Two rivers, three
I only
rivers.
see one river.
Some rivers.
Well, I guess this might count as a river. It's kind of a dried up river. There's two joining. I haven't gotten the mod that unlocks all 25 tiles yet. I'll probably end up using it once this grows a little bit.
But if you have the unlock all feature when you start the game, you can basically purchase all the tiles.
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah, there you go.
But I don't know, I'm just taking my time picking through it. Trying to restrict myself a little bit. I mean, already... I don't know, I guess I could sprawl out more. My idea is to build sort of a central core that looks like this, and then try to build suburb style on the outside, a bit more freeform, a little bit not as dense. I'm not too sure I'm going to do that yet. Because I know you'll actually run out of road and building options because it'll hit the item limit if you just try to do like full city through the entire map. So what area should I work on?
Yeah, build something. People in chat want to build. Actually, they didn't say that. I'm just saying that on behalf of people in the chat.
It's asking for more industry. This is actually something I'd really like, is if the industry demand was split across actual industry demand and office demand.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell what it actually needs. Sometimes I'll zone one and then it says there's no workers because the education levels are off. So I've been trying to build more offices lately because I think I have more educated population. Excuse me. Just not too sure where I want my downtown to go. Been pulling it back here a bit, but it's getting into kind of a weird area next to industry here. I also put this railway down, which is kind of blocking access off back here. I'm trying to think of ways to connect it nicely without having overpasses everywhere.
Yeah.
One thing I was thinking was putting an intersection on this area that's already raised up. Kind of like this. I'm just worried about traffic if I do that. Maybe I'll put it like here.
Well, more, like you said before, more intersections don't really mean that you'll get more traffic. In fact, if I remember correctly, and I know this game is completely different than SimCity 2013, but when they actually, remember when they released a patch for traffic, the more intersections you had, the better it was because the AI could calculate different routes for different cars or Sims.
Right, yeah. I mean, generally, if you have... The big complaint about less traffic lights in SimCity was that all the cars would jam together. Well, sorry. Thinking too many things at the same time. In SimCity, pretty much all the cars would take the same route. So no matter how many roads you have and going to different places, because all the Sims would wake up at the same time and decide to go to like the same job in the same part of the city all at the same time, you just get one giant line of cars until that job filled, and then they would go to the next one, right? In this, people actually kind of have different places they want to go throughout the city. So having good access to everything and having big grids and intersections all over the place actually works quite well because you don't have everyone trying to use the same intersection at the same time.
Yeah.
You do still need to be careful not to have like a row of busy intersections with traffic lights. That's kind of the issue I was having over here before, and it's still pretty busy.
Like
I've got,
bottlenecks?
Yeah, 2 traffic lights here, and then I had traffic lights and people turning a lot on these 2 roads. I've changed the access a little bit to try to clear these 2 intersections up, and now it's not so bad. But I'm worried this isn't get busy. Trucks also causes a lot of problems because you have the people commuting to go to their industry jobs, and then also the trucks turning to get on the highway, so it's causing a big bottleneck. Adding some more ramps helped. Okay, what can I do here? I want that to connect. I might kind of shuffle this road over.
What are the things that you don't like about this game, and what are the things that you really like about this game? Like the worst and the best.
What I don't like about the game.
Even if it's easily moddable, you know, like someone's gonna fix it. It would be nice to at least know what.
Well, the one thing that was really annoying was the chirpy bird, constantly saying, "Water my plants, water my plants."
Oh, I turned off that like
That's
a minute.
gone. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I don't have the mod to turn it off. I just click on the bird and ignored it forever because it was never giving out relevant information.
They also just put in the option in the audio to adjust the chirper volume separately, so you can turn the volume off so you never hear it go bleep bleep all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like one of the big things that everyone was asking for to get removed from the game, and it quickly was, despite the fact that they were originally saying that it wouldn't be able to be removed. Train tracks. I know the game isn't based around, like, it's not Open Transport Tycoon, but there's a lot of tools to fix traffic jams with the roads. There's nothing you can do when you get too many trains.
I have traffic jams with trains in some of my cities. Yeah.
I mean, you can space out your stations a little bit, but generally, unless they each have their own dedicated track going like out of the city, any intersections are going to get jammed up. Mm-hmm. Also, like the way that they connect isn't very nice.
Yeah, it's not smooth enough for rail.
I can get around the fact that there's no real sort of on and off ramps on roads, but to not have like smooth connections with rail is a little weird.
Well, I think it's the same limitation for both rail and
the 45
freeways
degrees.
And roads. Yeah.
It'd be nice if they could do something to make that extend out a little bit.
That I feel like it's probably not moddable, and that makes me really sad.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things in SimCity and even SimCity 4 that I said they can't do that with mods, and people just completely tear the game apart.
People did it. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, for the longest time in SimCity 4, they said you cannot have other transportation types. Like, it's hard-coded to the core of the game unless you had to decompile the entire thing. And then now they have the extended highway mods or whatever.
The NAM?
Yeah, well, NAM as well as... Yeah, I guess it's NAM. And then some additions
Network
to NAM.
mod?
Yeah. I'm never sure about, like, angled roads, if I want to use them or not.
Angles as in not 45 degrees?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, slightly
in
off
SimCity, we always tend to do with the sort of the curve tool. It automatically creates some nice curves.
Yeah.
Actually, that's one thing that's really nice about this game is when you make a 90-degree turn, it's just a 90-degree turn. It's not an intersection. We don't need to, like before, remember every time we'd make a 90-degree turn, we'd have to remove part of it and then cap it off.
Yeah.
Now we actually have just proper turns.
Diagonal roads, like slightly off diagonal roads at a weird angles. I mean those exist in real life too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they look bad when you have a ton of those just because you were sloppy, you know?
Yeah.
But like adjusting things here and there, or just maybe go straight into a line, so that it doesn't break halfway through it. I think it's a valid technique.
I'm just never too sure how to join like different neighborhoods without making it really obvious that two different neighborhoods are getting joined, but sometimes that happens in real life too.
Yeah.
Right now I'm just kind of winging it. Because usually I would sort of pay a bit more attention to how this all connected, but it's like, these roads need to connect kind of like that. I'll just do it. Let's see how it turns out.
I mean, if you mimic the symmetry the same way you're doing it right now, it actually looks like it belongs. So it's valid, I think.
What I can do is I can put like a road. I got an idea. Let's go over a block. Create a road like this. And let's go down a bit. And then I'll connect them. It's not such a weird turn. One thing that'd be nice is if you could sort of choose where the zones were coming off of. That was one nice thing in SimCity and SimCity 4 is that you can decide what side of the block you want to zone on. This is kind of all automatic.
Well, I mean, you can sort of tell when it's going to zone on one road or the other, especially when you have uneven roads, you know, with like spaces in between.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can see the situation I'm looking at right now. But I would like to have not the side roads, not the angled roads with zones, maybe just the inside. One way you can fix that is using like walkways to sort of block off parts of the zone, but you're kind of wasting just as much space as you're saving. So I can zone it like that now. I wanted to try to build some offices.
Well, I read, I don't know if this is true or not, but offices have like tend to absorb some of the noise pollution, so it's a nice buffer between a freeway and a residential area, for example, or train tracks, and you know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know, because it behaves like industrial.
It does, yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, this is some comment I read on my YouTube channel, so
Well, I think that's
it
just
might be completely false.
That's the normal idea that you don't want to put your residential next to industry. So
Well, but
what
I
you
mean,
could
but
put
that
in
happens in real life too. There's a ton of neighborhoods right by train tracks, and a lot of neighborhoods right by very heavy industrial areas.
I've got
I mean,
some
that just
industry next to
happens.
my residential down here, but that's also going to be lower class. I think people are talking about if you want a nice neighborhood. People tend to try to min-max the game and try to get the high density, high class everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think
Don't
I don't think
do
that's
that.
very
Don't do that,
interesting.
people. That's
And I think it messes up your economy because people always wonder, like, why do I not have any people working in my industry? It's because you don't have any uneducated workers.
Well,
Everyone's working in office buildings.
These games, and this is the same for also SimCity. These games tend to trick you into believing that everyone needs to be high class, employed, and educated, where the reality is that in real life that doesn't usually happen. You need
Almost
people
never
that are not
happens.
that much educated to fulfill some jobs. I mean, in terms of the simulation, I'm not talking. This is not my view of the world. This is just my view on city building games.
In real cities, you tend to have kind of one little high-class neighborhood, those medium-sized sort of middle class, and then, you know, all of your suburbs and outer districts and near the industry and sometimes down by the water is even just all low class, right? It's just where they can put houses.
Yeah, and you need that. I think that adds a lot of character to the city.
Yeah.
Having differences, and otherwise it just everything looks the same.
Well, I mean, the people who made the game put a lot of effort into making all these different models. It's kind of a shame not to use them.
Well, but my point is that the game like keeps asking you. I think there's a problem with these games where they keep asking you, "Hey, like,
Oh, yeah.
like these people aren't happy because they're not educated." Yeah, I did that on purpose. Stop bothering me. You know, that's what I'm saying.
It would be interesting if it was a bit more realistic, where like you just did not have the option to make everyone happy. I mean, where I live now in Vancouver, this and it's a very expensive city, so there's a lot of people with lots of money that want to move in. So they're expanding the higher class areas into the low class areas, and that's called gentrification, which is sort of a social issue that people need to contend with. It's like, yeah, you're upgrading your city and bringing in nicer people and making more economy, but you're also making the people that barely have a place to live already either leave the city or be homeless.
Yeah.
So in the game, I mean, you can just blow up someone's house and they're like, oh, okay, I'll just move to the next town. But realistically,
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
they just end up on the streets. Actually, that was something that was nice about SimCity, is that did happen. People would post on like Reddit saying like, why do I suddenly have all these homeless people? It's like, well, that's because you put down some nice buildings and a bunch of rich people moved in.
Yeah, and that people still exist and needs to live somewhere.
Yeah. So I think that's one thing that's kind of missing from these games, is a bit more of a social aspect and a focus on that. Because that's what cities are. They're not buildings, they're not roads, they're the people that live there. Sort of.
However, this game is still a step in the right direction.
It
I'm
is.
very happy with this game.
Yeah.
so
I mean, ultimately, I come to play this game just to kind of fiddle around with cars, not think about, am I being evil by making people live next to the coal power plant?
I mean, it's pointless to Yeah, you already are. You're evil. So that's besides the point. Are you gonna leave that office zone like that? You're not gonna have roads go through them?
Um, I
You
probably
could use
should.
some railroad crossings there, I think.
I would like to have some railroad crossings. You mean like just like overpasses?
No, like
Just straight?
like level railroad
Problem is
crossings.
that the cars just sit there and they never get to go through because the gates never open because there's so many trains.
Oh, I see. Hmm.
Because I have, well, not here, but back there I have cargo trains. I have my local line. I also have the tourist trains, and they just never stop. So it'd be nice to have sort of a low serviced area that there's a train every once in a while, and then cars could just drive through. But not downtown.
Yeah, it's very tricky unless you raise the train tracks. However, you can't raise the station. That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be very nice. Yeah, to have elevated stations. I'm sure that's probably a mod that someone could figure out.
Yeah.
I do have what's the one called, a
Rural?
station? Yeah, it's a little smaller.
Yeah, I've seen it. Is it any good? Can you plop it?
I haven't actually used it yet.
Plop it, plop it, plop it.
Blob it.
Plop it.
I think it's basically the same thing, but without the
But
without the
a
station.
smaller
Yeah.
footprint.
What is this?
Roll
Oh, that's
station.
cute.
There you go.
What does it have? What is it? It's like an Indian language.
Let's see.
If anyone can tell what that is. I have a few ideas of what it might be, but I don't even want to say it because I'm so ignorant about what that could be.
Oh my god! I just see it now.
Cities, railways. But yeah, it looks
It
nice.
doesn't look very rural though. Like, I don't know.
It's more rural than this.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. It's just I feel like it's too modern with like glass, ceilings.
Oh yeah. Well,
I don't know.
I mean, it's modern rural. That's what a modern station would look like if they made it out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
if you're thinking of like an old style wooden platforms, and
yeah.
those don't really exist so much anymore. Everything's being
You'll be
upgraded.
surprised.
Well, I guess it
You'll be
depends
surprised.
where you're thinking your city is located.
No, but I was expecting one rural, like meaning less, for example, less parking lots and more trees. Like I don't know,
Right.
something a bit more rustic, per se.
Right. That's more like a suburb, not rural.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the problem that you have there is that you don't have enough room for overpasses between.
That's okay. I mean, I got overpasses on the left. I got overpasses on the right.
Yeah, but I'm just worried that you might have bottlenecks there.
I might, but then I'll have to fix them. But I'm not gonna like presume there's a problem before I start running into
before
them.
it happens.
Because
call.
I mean, I made this area with lots of roads, and in hindsight, it worked out well because there was a lot of traffic but still flowing. And then I made this big roundabout because I think there'd be a ton of traffic here. And then I made this thinking, there won't be too many cars here, but there's a ton at this intersection. So this might be something I need to fix later on. But that's something I like about the game, is that you got these sort of problems to solve. And I try to do it in a realistic manner where I'm just don't destroy the entire neighborhood and rebuild it. I have to think like, okay, well, how can I work within the confines of what I already have laid out within my, what's it called, like right of way. So I try
The
to,
space that you allocated originally, you want to maintain that as your limit.
so I
I
kind of
guess.
like set up problems for myself sometimes. Just try to fix them later.
I absolutely love your freeway interchanges. It looks so perfect and neat and awesome.
Yeah, I spent so many hours on this, just this little area where the highway connects to this other highway that comes into the city, and I have the cargo station underneath it. So it took me a while to figure out what side I want to have it on, where it's going to fit. And it's not quite how I was imagining it, but it's working. Trucks come and go.
One thing that I would change from what I'm seeing in your city is maybe make the train tracks connecting to the station, to the downtown station.
Yeah.
It looks like a almost 45-degree angle. I would maybe make it like smoother. I think you have the room for that.
Where the tracks connect to the cargo station?
No. On the other side of the city, where you were zoning offices and commercial just a few moments
The
ago, where you
45
put
degree
the
bend?
uh-huh.
I think I should just
Maybe
make a slightly nicer curve.
Yeah, on both sides, because you have two of them.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Whatever.
I was thinking tight to begin with because I wanted to have that 45 within the city. But you're right that I probably could have a slightly nicer curve.
Just a tiny bit.
Let's see if this
Also,
would
love
fit.
how your trains are driving through the bushes of nearby houses.
Whoops, did that wrong. I don't know if that's the right distance apart.
One thing I do miss from SimCity 2013 is that if you delete segments here, it just deletes like an entire segment and not like smaller chunks. So it's harder to do the round little trick that we used to do all the time.
Yeah. That comes up in a lot of other areas too, where I'm just trying to remove a little bit, but I have to remove the entire road. I always have trouble judging like the distances between things. Like how close does this need to be to connect properly?
There is some wiggle room. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect for it to look nice. That's one thing I learned.
Yeah, it's okay. Actually, it doesn't even take up that much more room either. You gotta be careful when you're removing roads and tracks though, because sometimes the train will just stay there.
Yeah.
Oh, stuck on the ground.
That looks nice.
That looks about right. So the tip for drawing these curves properly, I'll do an impromptu tutorial. I'll probably put this in one of my videos. Is if you have two roads coming together at whatever angle, you want them to be the same distance apart from your sort of imaginary center point. So my center point between these two roads will be here where they intersect, and they're about the same distance away. And then when you draw your curve, you want to draw your tangent line out to that theoretical center point where the 2 points intersect, because you want your next tangent line to be in line with the other road. I can actually go a little bit farther. So that creates a nice smooth curve. Although I can see that this distance was a little shorter, so that's not proper perfect circle, but it looks good enough. But I actually need a road there.
Well, usually it looking good enough, it's good enough.
I don't know, sometimes, I don't know, it bugs me.
If you get the tangent right, for the most part, it's like almost 90% that's going to look okay. If you don't get the tangent right, you'll get like a weird like dent in the road, and that drives me nuts.
Yeah, as long as the tangents are good, then I try not to let it bother me.
Yeah.
Or I'll go the other way and I'll just like not even draw a curve and I'll just like go straight, like do straight road. Because sometimes that happens too, and it actually is more space efficient.
One mod that I hope someone releases very soon is a mod that allows you to draw a road through several other roads.
What do you mean?
Yeah, because right now you can only
build
roads between roads, but you cannot go across many roads at the same time.
Yeah, you think it would just figure out to automatically put the intersections in.
Yeah. How hard is that? Doesn't seem like super hard.
You couldn't do that in SimCity either, though, could you?
Yeah, you could that.
You could?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know.
I'm
I think it might
sure,
depend if you're going
wrong,
like on a curve or straight, or I think there were some situations. One thing that was driving me nuts before was like trying to go underneath a highway or something where pillars are in the way.
Yes.
And you have to rebuild the highway.
Yeah.
But I realized shortly after, is like, well, one, there's a no pillar mod, which I think is a little silly. Because I actually really like the fact that you're kind of restricted by the pillars. But you can just move the pillars around because there's always a pillar under an intersection. So if you make an intersection, it's going to move the pillar over there. And then you're free to build where you wanted to.
Oh, that's a good trick. I have not thought of that. But you're right, yeah.
Because I was mentioning Strictos before, when I drew this highway, I just drew it from like here to here, straight across. And there's a little valley here. So this road is a little bit higher than normal. So if I were to like remove a section of this highway and then try to draw some, I should probably pause it. Try to draw some in. It was at the wrong height, so I couldn't like click here and then click there. I had to actually connect it all the time. But I realized that I can just do the intersections thing to trim roads. That's another thing, is that, like you're mentioning, if you were trying to remove a section of road and it was too big, you can just make an intersection to create a new node and then trim it off there.
Yeah, but you get like a weird like a staircase rest that doesn't. I mean, I don't know.
What do you mean?
Oh, maybe we were talking about different things.
Oh, okay.
But when you stop, when you want to raise your, basically what I'm saying is that when you want to raise your road many segments in height, and you stop, like you go one segment and stop, and then you go another. Sometimes it like the road doesn't continue at a constant slope upwards.
Yeah, you want it to be nice and
it stops
smooth.
in the middle, and it's kind of.
But if you drag your road out to like the fullest extent, that's kind of the smoothest you can get it, which is 10, 12 tiles.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go too high, then you just need to drag it 24.
Yeah.
Great, it's smooth enough.
I wanna test this mod that allows you to do custom height levels.
Mm-hmm, that'd be nice.
That would be, I don't know if, to me the main issue is that it just smoothly connects to whatever height you already have. That will be the key, I think.
I'm not sure where I want my tall buildings. Like, I know I want them, but I'm actually really confused about these so-called high-density commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these look like office buildings to me. 24 stories, 30 stories. But they're calling them shops. Like, this is a mall. You don't have malls that are 30 stories tall. That's an office building, maybe with a little bit of commercial underneath. I don't like the zoning in that respect, because like I tried zoning my downtown core by putting a bunch of office buildings, but these are all, I haven't seen a high density office building yet. No towers. I sort of assume that they might pop up eventually, but
I think office, the office zoning is more like suburban American office. You know, where it's just like 2 or 3 stories, 4 at the most.
but that's weird.
It is weird, yeah.
Like
I
high
think they're
density
just trying to get
commercial.
away with the high density commercial as to pass as offices.
But what I understand is that commercial doesn't give as many jobs, and this is more for keeping people happy, like they'll go shopping here.
Mm-hmm.
So having a high density commercial zone keeps a larger area, like high density residential buildings, happy. But it's weird that they look like office buildings to me.
Yeah.
So,
And you also want to have a reason for people to go to your downtown area. So that's why you want to mix office with commercial too.
yeah. So I think, like, the high density commercial zone shouldn't exist. It should be a high density office building, and then there should be a low density office building like the current one is. And then low density commercial stays the same. But I don't know, it's not really how the game's balanced. Level 3 office are hard to have, actually. Oh, okay, so they do level up. This is a level 2.5. So maybe I just need to level these up a little further. Do levels have to do with demand, or do they have to do with
Probably overall population.
population, or how much the area is properly serviced? I need some more fire department over here. Police is good. You don't need to educate them. I could probably use some more transport here. Oh, no. There it is. Lots of transport. Parks, I think, matter. Yeah, leisure access. I could probably drop a park down back here or something. It won't fit, will it? Something I keep forgetting to put down. I really like parks. I don't like
Yeah.
the default ones, so I just
No.
kind of keep not doing it because I know I'd have to go make some custom parks to actually fit the city.
There's one that is particularly ugly. I think it's called a picnic area or something like that. That has like a texture on the floor that doesn't match anything.
Oh yeah.
It's like a bluish kind of thing. I don't know. It's the last one on the
I think
list.
the plaza with the picnic area.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
one, that one.
Yeah, that one looks weird.
Like every time I plop that, it's like it never belongs.
Yeah.
And also cemeteries. I feel like I have to plop a billion of those.
I don't put cemeteries.
You put the incinerators?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Crematorium.
I like how they look though, but I don't like plopping a million of them.
No. But yeah, I don't know how that works in real life. So.
I don't think everyone wants to be burned.
No. Yeah, most people don't. Most people want to be buried, I think.
Actually, I don't know if most. That might not be true.
I know in like my city, there are some gigantic cemeteries. Like if you're looking at my city, like one entire district would be just cemetery. Like speaking of my districts, I'm very tidy about my districts as well. I wish there was like, I kind of want to draw polygons for them instead of painting them.
Yeah.
So because I keep carefully trimming them along the roads, but it's okay. It's workable.
Did you have a special ordinances in those districts, or
I
you just
do.
created them for because
I have
whatever?
them hidden as a mod that hides them from the main view.
Oh, I need that one.
Yeah.
because it's
Because they're kind of annoying.
very ugly.
I wish there was like you could actually toggle them on and off or something like down here, like show districts little.
Or maybe
button.
when you hover over the title, it will show you.
Yeah. Or no, I mean, I wish I could toggle the names off as well,
Oh,
because I don't really like them floating around all the time.
I'm sure a mod will come up for that.
But yeah, I do have like this one's got a ton of them: recycling, education, smoke detectors, high tech, high rise ban, heavy traffic, small business. This is my someone's paying the government some money under the table neighborhood. And then the other ones are sort of like spotty, the ones that make sense. I was going to build another little business district over here and keep it all low density, which seems like it'll happen anyway, since like someone mentioned that level 3s are going to be a little harder to come by. I should probably actually work on this area. I kind of miss like high-tech business from SimCity and SimCity 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because I kind of want to I want to make this like a high-tech industry area, but that doesn't exist.
Really?
As far as I know.
But what if you set it to high tech district?
So they have high-tech housing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that was for industry. I haven't played with it. So
High-tech housing.
I'm completely ignorant about this.
That's it. There's industrial space planning, which allow industry to work even more efficiently by overlooking a few safety laws, but I think that's the opposite of what we'd want. Yeah, that's about it.
Just changing subjects briefly. I really love how pedestrian roads snap to the other roads, and it kind of extends the texture. It fills everything in,
and they work.
Yeah,
I like how you can just get them close enough, and the game knows what you're trying to do.
Yeah, that is amazing.
What I find really annoying is that it's not complete. So if you do like two paths next to each other, you get this weird sort of
Little holes
in the middle.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that looks horrible. I usually just kind of like fix it by like throwing some bushes in the holes, and then it looks more like it was on purpose. But it's kind of annoying to do that for every path.
Yeah. And also the brush mod doesn't really do it in tight spaces, unfortunately.
I do have the zonable pedestrian road mod. I thought I'd be using it a lot, but I haven't been because it looks kind of weird with the intersection, and I kind of wish I didn't have it installed in the city because it's caused all of my road arrows to disappear. which is nice most of the time, but anytime I want to build one-way roads, I get confused. There is a fix for it in the options, but it causes my game to crash.
Chat is saying that if you want level 3 offices, you need basic services, fire, police, health, and good transport and leisure.
Yeah, okay.
And that should make them pretty fast.
Where's my downtown? Downtown
Let's
is here.
let's put that to the test.
Okay, so I've got proper medical coverage, despite the fact it doesn't need it. Fire, I could use maybe another station back here on the side of the tracks. Let's put it over here. No, let's put it here. Whoops. It's people tweeting me. Sorry if that's loud. Police coverage, full. Education, it doesn't need. It has pretty damn good coverage. I should probably close TweetDeck.
I just tweeted
Yeah.
while you were saying that.
Right, I was working on parks in the area. I definitely could use some more parks. Something over here. I really need to make like a 2x something park, or like a 2x2, because there's always a little spot I want to stick a park. And some larger ones as well. I would like to have something fit in here, but I don't think anything will fit perfectly.
I wish a combination of pedestrian roads and trees will pass as parks or leisure.
Yeah, I saw someone on Reddit do a smart idea where they just made like a single tree park.
Mm-hmm. And you plug that a million times?
No, you just bump up the stats on the one, and then just plop one of those inside of your custom-made park, and then you pretend that's like the whole park.
Oh, I see.
I thought I had something that would fit in here, but I guess not. Why do they have to make them such weird sizes?
Yeah, I know, right? That drives me crazy too.
These are all odd numbers? Why would they do that? I want something an even number. I would make a lot more custom parks if I didn't have to get out of the game every time and then go back in. It takes a little while to load.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I'm just gonna sort of plop them down sloppily.
Well, you can plop a small one and just put trees all around it.
Yeah, I'll make.
That always works. In fact, you can also extend. So you can plop one of the parks that have pedestrian roads in it, and then use the pedestrian tool road to connect to the other side, and people will walk through it.
Do I have any like unlocked? Oh yeah, I've got some custom parks here. I could. There we go. This is the Statue of Wealth. There we go. I'll just put him here. That's perfect. I always forget those exist.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're in the wrong menu.
That does count, right? Yeah. Okay. So these are already like high leisure, but they're not upgrading.
What about fire, health, and police?
Yeah, everything else is good. Crime rate is low. Education doesn't matter. I wish there was coverage shown on the transportation map. I don't know how it calculates that. I know Cities in Motion had that. It would actually show if a building had 1 or 2 lines covering it. But this doesn't tell you. I'm just kind of going off of who has the happy faces when I put down a building. Apparently that doesn't actually count as a leisure building.
Maybe put another park.
Or does it?
Like a real park.
Oh no, it should. But it doesn't seem to be updating my...
Maybe go speed up the simulation.
Speed up. Doesn't seem to be giving much leisure. Yeah, I'll put another park somewhere. That it'll fit. You gonna fit? No! Oh, jeez.
Things are not going well.
Okay, I do need one over here. Let's put it like here. That'll do. It's the Paradox Plaza. And it needs power for some. Why did parks need power?
Well, for lights,
Sure.
maybe bathrooms.
I'll just put some commercial here or something, and hopefully
Is the
that'll
Paradox Plaza a mod? Because I haven't seen that on my.
connect. I think it's potentially something you get if you like pre-order or something. I'm not too sure.
Oh, that could be. Yeah,
I don't
have
really
the
know.
deluxe version, and I don't have it.
Oh,
So.
okay. I don't know what version I have because I just got a key from
Yeah, from them.
yeah, their PR team. Hey Trains, how's it going? I'm doing well. My voice is holding up.
Voice is great, man.
Allah. You didn't happen to get a review copy, did you?
No.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
I sent some emails, but I mean, I wasn't really. First of all, my channel was turned off when
Yeah.
that happened, and I sent a couple of tweets, but whatever. I think the guy who was supposed to be sending those was going to PAX, so
Right. Oh, they left
he
it
was like
just...
mine was somewhere else. So I'm guessing whatever. So I ended up buying it.
Okay. Well, you're supporting the devs. That's always good.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I got them some sales as well, so
Right.
I'm definitely supporting the devs. But I got a funny comment on my impressions video. Someone said in the comments that this game sucked and SimCity 2013 was much better, and I should be a better thief.
A better...
For saying that this game is better.
What?
That's with those words. I'm not
A better
exaggerating. Yeah, go be a better thief.
thief? That's weird.
I guess he was saying that I was tricking people into buying this game when this game was not
Oh,
good
and you're getting a
compared to
cut of the
SimCity.
money or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Being paid off by the devs?
Yeah, just bought a new house.
You gotta have one in the States and one in Argentina, right?
Yeah, and in the Bahamas too. Because why not, right?
I'm gonna put some more...
Wait, where are these
commercial.
guys from? They're from Sweden, right? Or someplace like that? Somewhere in Europe?
Finland?
Finland? Okay, yeah, I need a house there
think.
too. So, you know,
I heard
devs,
it's
if
pretty
you're watching
nice.
this.
Okay. I'm getting bored of the downtown area. I'm gonna go zone some residential. Over here. I was working on this neighborhood before. This is a 3 by something. What are these? Whoops. These 10, 11, 12 spaces. I'm always tempted to just keep drawing big gridded neighborhoods, but the bigger they get, the more I feel like it's starting to look kind of ugly. But I don't know, this space could probably be fully gridded and wouldn't look weird. I
It's
do want to just cram in some population to experiment with traffic a bit more. So maybe I'll just make this dense, low class.
I think, I mean, that grid you're working on, I know how, like, in the middle of it, you left a space for pedestrian roads and some trees. I mean, having, like, little unique features like that in
Yeah.
a grid makes it already not boring.
Just mixing it up a little bit, yeah. Maybe I'll do another one of those here.
I mean, you can also fit in a roundabout every now and then.
It'd be nice if you could actually make proper roundabouts, but the traffic circles you make in the game are a little unwieldy.
Yeah, they're good enough, I think. I don't know. Do you
Whoops.
really have a problem with them? Like besides they're not, besides the fact that they're not perfect.
Well, I don't know if I still have it. Oh, don't crash game. I made a custom, if I can find it, little roundabout starter. I haven't used it too much though, so I don't really know if it works. But yeah, it's kind of a little glitchy.
Did you put those up on the Steam Workshop?
No, because I'm still kind of experimenting with it. But
Oh, I like those little cul-de-sacs. Cul-de-sacs.
Cul-de-sacs. So if I want to put like a roundabout here to remove all of this, I don't know what the spacing is on it. Maybe there? No, it's not right. I need to go back a square. Although, why doesn't it like snap to the right place? No, that's not the right spot either. It's probably better just to draw it again. Seems okay. So this is about the smallest you can make a roundabout reasonably. That actually looks like a roundabout. I think there's a way you can make it with like straight roads. But practically, let me try something else here. Practically, a roundabout is supposed to calm traffic, slow it down a little bit, make it easier for pedestrians. But this kind of has the opposite effect because this is a off-ramp which has a speed limit of 80, so cars will actually speed up. And
in a two-tile segment,
it
and
creates,
then brake immediately.
Yeah, and it creates more noise in the neighborhood when there's actually cars on it. I'm not sure if it actually has just like a bad effect on its own. No, it actually has to be cars driving on it. So, yeah, it doesn't really help anything, especially since there's like not many cars driving through here to begin with. It doesn't really help much. But I wanted to see, how do I do this? I've seen someone do it before. Okay.
You're saying that you can't have a roundabout that tight with a normal one-way route? Well, I guess they're wide.
Well,
by
the one
definition.
I put here is about the smallest you can make.
Yeah, but that's a freeway.
With the, it's not freeway. That's the one-way off-ramp.
Yeah, well, but it's a freeway.
But sure. But yeah, no, I can't upgrade this to one-way road. It's too small. Let me try that actually.
Looks super pretty though.
It looks nice.
I'm sure someone will come out with because I feel like this game is missing some intermediate roads, like with less lanes, like a one-lane, one-way road, like one-lane, one-way street, or a like 4-lane, one-way avenue instead of a 6-lane.
Something I wanted before was basically a 2-lane highway.
Yeah, that too.
That's not what I wanted to do. But that was just for a particular city. I don't know if this like actually connect. Oh yeah, there it goes. So that's slightly smaller and a bit more efficient. It doesn't remove much of the zoning. I wonder if you can actually make these curves. It's probably a little too tight. Oh no. So this is actually smaller.
Yeah.
Or no, that's the same size.
Really? Looks like a smaller footprint.
No.
No.
No, same size. And this is ever so slightly smaller.
So if you wanted to make a one-way street, you needed one more tile on each side, basically?
This one I can actually upgrade to one way. It looks ridiculous. But the one with the curves, I can't. No, that's too tight. But again, there's not much point to making it. I don't know. Since there's not much traffic here to begin with, I guess it won't actually make that much noise with the off-ramp.
Yeah, and if you want to keep that neighborhood just lower middle class, or like even if there's noise complaints, it wouldn't matter, I don't think.
I wonder if trees absorb noise like they're supposed to.
That's a good question.
Probably not.
They don't absorb pollution in this game like they did in SimCity.
Yeah, they kind of do nothing.
They just make the city pretty, which is good enough. But have you played around with sound walls for freeways? Does that help in any way?
Yeah, a little bit.
They don't look very nice, in my opinion.
They look okay in the right places. I think I have some... Actually, no, I don't. Different city I'm thinking of. Oh, no, there's some over here. No, there's not. Probably should be. Actually, no, wait. I have it over here, my traffic circle.
Zhatt is saying that trees reduce noise pollution and pollution moderately.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that if you want to clean up pollution on like an old industrial district, just put a bunch of trees. And maybe even you can turn it into a logging area and still make money from it. And
also Oxycodone, who said that before, is also saying that sound walls and freeways only reduce like 25 to 35% of the
they only help a bit.
Noise.
It's an industrial area anyways, it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I tend to get more noise from my avenues than I do on the highways anyways.
Yeah.
Because there's more cars there.
One thing I mentioned during a live stream is that when you, and this is related to the noise pollution topic, when you plop, let's say, a water treatment plant or a water pump, and usually you tend to put those kind of far away from your city.
Yeah.
But that means that you also have to carry power lines to that, and power lines don't look very nice.
Yeah.
So I tend to put windmills right next to those, so they're like sort of off the grid a little bit.
Well, that means if you have any trouble with your grid, you don't run out of water as well. I have that happen a lot.
Yeah, that also, they become redundant.
This is my faux nuclear plant, 3 Mile Island area. Just got water pumps that I'm pretending that these are parts of the nuclear power plant.
I love that island. It looks great.
I think that's why they put it there.
I'm so gonna steal that idea from you.
Zone. Do I have water? I don't like pipes.
The pipe, yeah.
They kind of serve no purpose. You just draw a big grid. I mean, I'm doing it what I imagine to be sort of semi-realistically, but I have no idea how actual pipes will work. I think real pipes, basically, they're just under every other road, and then they connect to all the houses.
I guess maybe they did that so that you have to spend more time in a city and
Just a time sink?
Yeah, I don't know. I know some people who like micromanaging that. Like, I know people who will spend hours on bus lines. To me, it's like, ugh, now I have to do bus lines again.
That's true. I mean, I don't mind putting bus lines down, but I can see how that can be just as tedious for some people. So yeah, I guess it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
I think it was Tristan from Sandbox Games Database from my podcast, which you should go check out if you haven't already. He likes laying the pipes as well. I don't know what I did here. I kind of changed my zoning.
Tell us a bit more about your future videos.
Future videos. I was gonna do a Let's Play of Skylines, but every time I load up the game, I just kind of end up playing this city I'm working on right now. And that's why I thought, hey, maybe I should just stream this instead.
You can always upload the recorded footage.
Yeah.
Which is what I did before, and I'm probably gonna wanna keep doing.
I might. I'm not recording this though, am I? No, I'm not.
You can export from Twitch. So
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I'm definitely gonna do some more tutorials, last night I was working on a zoning tutorial where I talked about kind of the different ways you can zone, like these 3 deep to get these 3x3 buildings versus like these 2x2 buildings, which creates different styles compared to 4x4 buildings. But I ran into some issues. I don't know if you saw my Twitter. I posted an image where I was drawing parallel roads with 4 spaces between them, thinking I would get something like this, but I just ended up getting 4x4 buildings right in the middle of the block. So you got to do a few things to stop it from happening. So what I've been doing, so these are 3x3s. They pop up normally. I don't think I have like a 2x2 neighborhood. Maybe I can make one. Let's go this way. So if I want 2x2 buildings here, create blocks like this, and then you start by only zoning the one side, wait till those fill out, and then zone the other side.
Oh, interesting.
Now I don't know if this will stay forever, because if these buildings upgrade they might take over the block, but so far from my tests, the buildings just, the one building will upgrade, so it stays within its plot. What's the distance of this? That's...
Have you tried maybe doing high density on the other 2 tiles?
I tried that, but you get high density buildings.
Oh, really? In 2x2s?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Like a petite tower?
It's kind of weird looking. Because I tried doing like a checker pattern of high and low density. I don't have much demand for these buildings. I can put some commercial here. Let's do the same thing along this road.
By the way, those of you who are not, who are a bit foreign to Zhatt, you can follow his, or subscribe to his videos on YouTube, youtube.com/Zhatt.
Yeah.
Just a quick reminder.
You can also follow me on Twitch, but I don't do Twitch too often. So you might be waiting a while.
Well, maybe you should. Maybe you should.
Maybe I should.
When was the last time you streamed?
Today.
Today?
I don't know. It's probably been months. Many months. It's probably with you, actually. Actually, no. I think I streamed with, yeah, I streamed with Rose when I was doing, when Off-World Trading Company came out. Have you played that game?
I have not. I've seen you did a video on this, right, on your channel?
Yeah, a few.
Yeah.
I actually played some games with.
Is that the ship?
See if I can remember them all. Biffa, Quill 18, Enter Elysium. There are like 6 people there. Let me take a look. Who else is here? Blitzkrieger, Marbozer, and that's it, I think. That was fun. I need more commercial. And industry and or commercial buildings. Maybe I should have like a central business district somewhere down here. Like over here. Let's make this all commercial. I'm not sure about commercial yet, if it needs like high traffic to actually get the customers, or do people go to it, or like I'm confused again about whether it's an office building or if it's a mall. Working out quite nicely. This is the kind of snaps that I don't really like. Sometimes you can fix it by just like drawing far and then connecting, but it's too shallow. I just need to draw a curve.
I wish that some of those things would have shortcuts, and they don't.
Which?
Like snapping, for example, or roads to avenues.
Like upgrading? There are
No, not upgrading, but like I want to build roads. Basically, a shortcut that lets me go through the like freeway avenues, 6-lane avenues. You know how you have different tabs? At least that. I don't know.
There are actually a lot of bindings you can make. They're just not set to anything. So I've been meaning to go through these. So select roads.
Yeah, I have one for roads, but it's roads as in the tool roads.
Q? Rotate camera left. Yeah, I don't need that.
There isn't. So you press. Let's say you bind the Q, right?
Yeah.
And you select the road menus, but if you want to go to avenues, you can't.
There's no select avenue.
Yeah. Like I would like to press A and just go straight to avenues, you know, and then R and go straight to like, or S to go to streets, you know, and something like that.
That would be very nice. Yeah, because
obviously not A and S because, you know, I use that for other things, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, because you're jumping between them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think I still remember SimCity's 4 bindings. So it's like R for road, Shift R for street. I keep pushing I every time I want power lines. Or L, I think. Yeah, L. I don't know why. I don't push any other buttons, but when I want power lines, I push L. But yeah, I'm totally for quick keys. Every game. Actually, I just watched the development blog for... What's it called? Big Pharma? I don't know if you've been following that game.
No, I have not.
And I just commented that you should have some more quick keys. Because I love my quick keys.
Well, they save a lot of time.
They do. I mean, you're the UI guy. You know all about this stuff, right?
Yeah, well, that's more like UX, but yeah.
Well, yeah, user interface.
I mean, there's like 2 components, right? It's like how it looks and how it works.
Right.
For the most part, I like things that work first, and then things that look nice.
Mm-hmm.
This game kind of fails at both. UX is not terrible, but UI is.
Yeah, it's functional, but it's not smooth.
I don't think, like, I don't know. I mean, we're at an early stage, but I feel like when you start adding a lot of mods, that UI will be completely useless.
Well, this is silly right now, where everything looks like a pile of blocks custom made. None of the thumbnails are working.
Mm-hmm.
They said that's a bug and it should get fixed eventually, but right now it's hard to tell what perks or highways you have.
Yeah.
And also,
don't you need to take a screenshot for that to upload?
Yeah, you do.
And you did, and it still doesn't work?
Doesn't work, no.
Mm-hmm. It would have been nice if the game will auto-generate that every time it loads or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you shouldn't even need to take a screenshot. It should just sort of zoom to extents from a certain angle and do it.
And just, yeah. Just do it, man.
Just do it. Don't make me work for my game.
Exactly.
I just want to push a button and a city pops up. Whoops. I do like D-zone as right click.
Yeah, that's very useful.
This might take a little while to fill up.
Someone's asking, Chad, how many squares does a high density building take? 4x4?
Well, technically this is a high density building. So that's a 2x2, but it only fits 2 households. I'm curious to actually see what this would turn into if it upgrades. But yeah, the largest buildings are going to be 4x4. So
but not bigger than that.
Not any bigger than that. These are level 4 high density residential buildings. This is a 4x4. And I don't know if we look at the zones. Can't really tell now. That's a 3x4. 3x4. This is a this is a 2x2. Or it's a level.
Why do I
4?
have the feeling that someone eventually will mod the number of blocks?
I really hope. I really hope. When you make a park, I think the maximum size you can make it is 8 by 16.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about the size that these are. Which annoyed me because originally I was going to make a single park and just plop it in there. And then when I got to the editor, I couldn't make it that big and I had to think about how to build this. Especially since I kind of want to go back and like edit to make each one slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a gazebo in one and like a barbecue in another. But I don't know, it might just be overkill.
It would be nice if you can have all those tools and just like not have to go to an assets editor. Just create custom park with props like
Yeah.
right there live in the map.
Also,
What is that building that you have by the park, by the way?
in the park?
Like right next to the park, like big U-shaped building.
that's a mall. It's a low-class mall. Mall of moderation. A cheap mall for shopping, with very few people actually going to it.
Oh my god.
But I think it looks nice. Sort of. I mean, it is not a very nice looking building,
Yeah.
but it looks
but it's a nice
nice
addition.
in the position it is. I do have a big-ass mall I could put down, but I haven't
Put it down.
really found a good place to put it.
Well, usually malls are in the suburbs.
Yeah, this is like a futuristic, cool mall. It would actually look pretty good downtown.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere back here. There, next to the highway. I can always move it. That's one absolutely unrealistic thing, but that I really like is that you can move buildings.
That is amazing. That feature. I keep bulldozing stuff.
Yeah,
I
that
still
have it.
haven't gotten used to it, but
And it's usually pretty cheap too.
that is a fancy mall.
I think it's kind of facing the wrong way. Actually, I probably could rotate it.
I like the green roofs of it. I need to download that mod. Hang on, I want to start downloading all your mods right now.
Green. What are you gonna download?
That mall.
This mall. This is part of the game.
Oh, it's part of the game.
Yeah. This is
Wait, that. I don't think I
level
have that.
3 unique building.
Oh, I don't think I've unlocked many
Yeah.
of those.
Actually, I want to put down my tax office as well. Let's put it like over here in this area. In my new business district.
Someone is saying that they broke the game with the update. What did they break? What happened?
I don't know. I haven't heard about that.
Chad is saying that.
What'd they break, Geo? Kyle?
Geopadilla.
I like the model,
Agreed.
but I don't like how it's just got big parking lots on the sides.
Yeah. More green, less parking lots.
I think it was in a SimCity interview, sort of what do they call it? A post-mortem from with the developers. They were talking about how they studied real cities pretty closely, and they realized that real cities are like half parking lot, and they didn't want the game to be like Parking Lot Manager 2000. So they just kind of took them all out. It's nice how Skylines includes like the street side parking, and buildings do have like side parking, and you actually see the cars drive into them kind of awkwardly. But it's still sort of way off what a real city would have. Like this is probably a realistic number of cars for a suburb, but downtown you would need like giant parking structures, and I guess a lot of the buildings have underground parking.
Not houses, though.
Houses don't have underground parking, no.
I mean, some houses too. Fancy
Well,
ones.
yeah, sometimes they have the garages that go down. I've even seen some smaller high-rises of like 3 or 4 stories have like an elevator that you drive into.
An elevator. Yeah, one of my friends works at a building that has a residential slash office building, and yeah, they do have a cool elevator for cars. Kind of a pain though, but
Yeah, I keep
it's
getting
cool.
distracted here. This area is filling in nicely. These are level... Oh, these are only level 1s. The level 2 houses look pretty nice. The mishmash of style kind of bugs me. Again, comparing to SimCity, particularly SimCity 4, they had the neat feature where they had like the 4 or 5 different styles, and they would cycle kind of through the years. So if you zoned one neighborhood and it would grow, it'd look like one style. And then the next year when you go zone another neighborhood, it would zone in a completely different style. So each neighborhood would look kind of unique. But I don't know if it worked in practice because I think a lot of the buildings would sort of upgrade at a similar time anyways, and they'd all end up becoming the same style.
Hmm.
But I find this a little weird where you have sort of this nice sort of cottage house, and then it's next to this sort of funky modern terraced green and yellow building. Also, what's kind of annoying is that this is one household, but it's obviously like 3 stories. Or even if you look at like these so-called high-density buildings I placed, they have 2 entrances, 3 stories, and like different sections, but this is just 2 households. I mean, I know there's some... You can't be perfect, it's balanced, it's a game, it's set up to sort of run a certain way. If everything was
Yeah.
realistic, the game would crash because there'd just be way too many people in the city, but... I don't know, I feel like they could have faked it a little bit better. Especially since it seems like these values are random. I think they kind of should be tied to the building. Because I'll click on one building and it'll say 1 household, and I'll click on another and it'll say 2, but it's the same building. But anyways, just nitpicking.
That's all about. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Never mind.
It's what we do, nitpick.
Yeah, nitpicking is the way to go.
I mean, we do it because we love it. If we
Yeah,
didn't
no,
like
absolutely.
it,
Yeah.
if we didn't like the game, we wouldn't say anything. Just be, yeah, whatever, and then move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a good game.
Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't even gotten like. It would probably take you several hours, like I'm talking about 20, 40 hours to even start getting to the limits of the... Actually, no, not even that. Like getting to the limits of the map. Probably took you more than that,
You
actually.
mean like the 9 tiles? Or the whole
Yeah.
25?
Yeah, just like the entire map.
For me, yeah. I've seen people
Yeah,
have
I mean,
the
you can-
entire 25 tiles like shortly after launch filled. But
Yeah, no, I know.
they're also just putting huge blocks down. I'm carefully modeling each neighborhood, and I remember what they are and what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I was happy after 2 tiles unlocked. I was still working in it. Like these are the first 2 tiles I was working in. There's still room for me to work in those that I hadn't touched yet. The major reasons that I unlocked those other tiles is because I wanted to work on the highways that were just out of reach. So, SimCity, 1 tile was not enough, but it was like almost just barely not enough. If it was just slightly larger, you could make sort of something more comfortable. It wasn't big enough by far in the fact that you couldn't have like suburbs or other neighborhoods, but it was even too restrictive, just a little too restrictive to make like a single neighborhood. But you know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter now because I've got all this room. This is only 6
Yeah.
tiles, and I'm still picking away at every little bit. I'm probably going to try to fill out all 25. I'm looking up here to have some like high class. If anyone knows Vancouver, there's North Vancouver, which is across the water, and it's all like really high class on the hills. I'll probably do something like that over here. And that's why I have this highway sort of ending. I'll have it extend over here. I have another main road going down there. I'll do some like suburbs out here, and sort of a more windy, spaced out way, maybe with dirt roads and trees in between them. Maybe even kind of like a trailer park style area down here. Really spread out, dumps and all that. You know, just kind of get all the whole range of style that's available in the game into one city.
I was experimenting with fake farms.
Yep.
Last night. I can actually maybe put a screenshot of that and show you, because it will probably. So basically, I was using trees to define farms or rural areas. You know, I don't know if I should boot up the game. Oh, I have some footage recorded of that, so maybe I can just take a screenshot of that. Just to like fill the outskirts of city, so it kind of blends in with the emptiness that's around, instead of just having a block of houses of like tall buildings that just ends sharply.
Yeah,
it doesn't look very realistic.
I'm still trying to figure out how to fix that myself too.
Yeah, let me show you some screenshots and chat for that matter. Hang on, where is this? Let's see if I can get a good, decent angle. This should work. All right, so let me take a screenshot of this.
I'm gonna have some industry right next to my residential. We'll see what happens. Probably get sick. This is not so niceville.
Not so nice, Phil.
Or the Thornton district, which is also known for its high crime. Actually, not really. There's no police coverage here, but everyone's behaving. How do you get crime in this game? I actually saw a tutorial somewhere saying like how to get a high crime area.
It's funny, I was listening to music when I recorded this video, and it's just playing the music in the video. Okay, I'm gonna put only 2 screenshots. Hang on. So, new screenshot. Scrub this bad boy.
How do I zone this area?
Let me get this up on Imager. I never know how to pronounce that.
I think it's supposed to be Imager, but I always call it Imgur.
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 This looks kind of weird, but I'm gonna see what happens.
Sign in. All right, so
yeah, there's a lot of abandoned buildings. I kind of use my
you and your abandoned buildings.
Well, what happens is when I'm zoning, people's education levels will go up and down. So my industry runs out of jobs and then it gets refilled. And I just kind of ignore it. Kind of a buffer zone for jobs. The buildings, again, like SimCity, the abandoned buildings only lower land value and maybe you're more likely to burn, but they don't really have any other negative effect. It's just not worth the time to go around demolishing them all every time. I mean, this is the industrial area. I really don't care about land value. They will go away on their own after a while, get replaced, so I just leave it. If I'm working on a very nice residential neighborhood, then I might do it, but still, I mean, if there's only 1 or 2, it doesn't actually have much effect. There's also a mod that you can get to automatically remove all of the abandoned buildings, but I don't even see the point of randomly mashing that button every once in a while when it's just going to take care of itself anyways.
I'm almost there. Hang on, give me 1 sec. This Imager thing is terrible. Just want to link to an album, so I don't post a gazillion links.
Any tips with train cargo stations that kill my traffic? I'll show you the one that I have running right now. So this is my cargo station, and it's mostly only accessible by the highway. That is connected to my downtown area over here, but there's not much trucks. No, not many trucks moving that way. So it moves very smoothly because they come down off the off ramp, go down this avenue, turn in, come out, and then head right back down. The jam I am getting is here at this overpass, where What are you sending me?
Oh, the link.
Okay, it's also in. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Let me finish this. So this is where the trucks are coming and going, and I have been having some jams here. If I expanded my industrial area anymore, I'd probably need to fix it. But I don't think this is going to get too much bigger here. I was also considering putting another terminal over here. That's something else you could do. Is don't just focus on the one terminal, put a few more cargo stations. There's also a cool trick I saw where instead of having it just along a road, you have you use the off-ramp road to come in at like a 45-degree angle up to this point where they turn and then come back out at 45. So the vehicles don't even need to slow down when they turn. They just go straight in and straight out. But I don't think that's too necessary. So that's some tips. Looking at Strict Toaster's pictures. Actually, can I like... How can I do this? Full screen.
Ooh, fancy that.
And then gonna go add monitor capture. I think monitor.
Oh, people are saying in the chat that you can increase the tree limit.
Whoa.
That is amazing. I keep deleting the ones that are like from outside my tiles to save to never hit the limit.
This is what Strict Toaster sent me. What the?
Yeah, I put the link in the chat too a while ago.
So that's pretty. So those are your fake farms?
Yeah, those are my fake farms, and
That's
you can mix
actually
it up.
Really
with-
nice.
Thanks. You can mix it up with actual farm buildings.
Yeah, that's what you have on the sort of the right side there.
Exactly. Yeah, with where the windmill is.
Right. Ah, yeah,
Something
maybe
like
I'll do that in some of the other areas.
It looks so pretty from when you're zoomed out.
I've been wondering how can I do that with a logging area as well, because that's what I have right now. You can probably do something with oil pretty easily like this, but the oil patches tend to be pretty small.
I don't know how it work with oil, but with the logging area, I think you need a patch. You need to fake it, so you have a patch of like low bushes, which would pass as chopped down trees, maybe.
Sorry, say again?
Yeah, so if you want to fake a logging area, what I would do is have a bunch, an area with a ton of trees, grown trees, and then just clear the middle of it, and have like smaller bushes, so it looks like those are chopped down trees.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But only zone like 2 or 3 buildings for logging, not like a whole strip of buildings, like individual lots. You know what I mean?
'Cause this is all logging here. Let's experiment a little. So maybe oh, I don't have that tile unlocked. Is there another logging area? This looks like one. Down here. Over here, technically. There's oil as well. Let's look at this. Don't know if I can get a road over there. So we'll take let's take a dirt road. It's a gravel path. Draw it off here. And let's use the freeform tool. We'll have a level crossing, not too many trains there. Probably just do like little logging camps, kind of like this.
Also, like extending like the first segment of a like an unpaved road connecting to a paved road. I try to leave a segment of like paved road, so it's like, oh, they tried, or this is as far as they've gotten.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like that perfect, you know, just to add
This is
some
kind of,
randomness.
yeah, a little too clean cut.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean like, I think that looks worse.
In some cases, it looks nice. I'm not saying every case.
Yeah, in this case. I'm wondering though if maybe a 4-lane would make more sense. That doesn't really make sense either. I'll just leave it. So I make a district, and I paint
A
it.
district.
District?
A district.
Ah, yeah. You get punished for that one.
Yep.
Made a special place in hell for bad puns. um. Oh wait, and first I need to make this. This is kind of weird. You make the district first, and then you go forestry, and then you tell it to be forestry. Because when I first did this, I like, okay, click on forestry, and it's like, why can't I paint? But you got to apply it to.
Yeah, you create
the
the
district,
empty
yeah.
space or the district first, and then you add the quality to it.
They're not happy in this district. I'm gonna go industry,
The park.
and let's try. I'll have like probably what'll be a sawmill there. I'll try some different sizes of buildings to see what pops up. Maybe some ones. Maybe a long thing, and something like that. Let's see what pops up there. I have no industry demand right now, though. I need to make some more residential first. I think this is going to need to be... No. If I can make another road here. Snap. Ah. It's one annoying thing about small curves is that you can't really draw off them very easily.
Yeah. What is the highest speed you can go? Yeah, this is the simulation can't go as faster than this. I realized that there isn't really that much difference between the different speeds. It's just very subtle, especially between speed number 2 and speed number 3.
Yeah, there's a difference that time will pass faster, but not in the short term.
Cars won't move that much fast. I don't think.
Is good enough. I kind of like these weird tight little areas because they create character, but I also have a lot of trouble actually filling them out properly.
Do you tend to use the paint zoning tool?
I tend to use the fill or the
I mean the paint as in the bucket, the one that fills the entire area. I guess it's the fill. Yeah.
Yeah, I use the fill or the marquee when I'm trying to do like side by side stuff. Like in this case, where I just want the 2 deep.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, I'll just fill in things. Like this will just be all commercial. And this will just be residential. But yeah, I tend not to use the paint too much. I used it in this area because otherwise I have to fill every little square pretty much. But then yeah, I just paint all over them. I just kind of wish there was a marquee tool for zones. I could draw out a zone instead of painting it in.
What do you mean? Like a polygon?
Yeah,
Kind of
a
fill there?
polygon
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
Okay, I think I need a bunch more residential.
Sometimes it happens, at least to me, that I zone something and then I want to upgrade it somehow. And you dezone the area, but it takes a while for buildings to be demolished automatically, I mean.
Yeah,
And
the tricks
but
I've heard
sometimes
is
like
don't
the zone
pause
will
the
come
game.
back again. What?
Don't pause the game,
Uh-huh.
and then you'll just like dezone, rezone, and it'll work pretty well. Do it before the buildings disappear.
Mhm.
If you pause the game and like dezone sections and rezone it, then the buildings don't sort of disappear properly. So I don't know why that happens exactly, but yeah, not
Yeah,
pausing
I
the
noticed
game
that bug.
helps. You think it'd be the other way around, but
How do power lines work? It works pretty much like Yeah,
SimCity
like SimCity 4. Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to connect different areas. So like the big blobby polygon areas are powered, and then they tend to connect together most of the time. But every once in a while, if you have a big road or something, you need to connect it together.
I hate it when you have a zone or a building that is just right on the edge of a road,
Yeah,
but the power line doesn't like it doesn't go further than that
you
road
have
where the
to
power
reach
line is
into the
coming.
zone. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to bulldoze stuff. I hate that so much.
The best way to fix it is to have like a building on the other side of the road,
Yeah.
outside of your block.
I downloaded the small British police kiosk
The
or
police
box.
box, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really good. I've been plopping that one in many, many places. It's great.
I should probably grab that one.
And it comes with one car.
I like the SimCity 4 little police station.
Yeah.
It's just like a little
Small,
kiosk.
yeah, police kiosk.
I think someone should make one of those. Because I think the 1x1 might be a little too much, but I like the idea of maybe a 2x2. Speaking of services, I probably need some fire over here. And medical. I also downloaded a clinic. Like this one has a patient capacity of 100. This one has a patient capacity of 250, and then the hospital has 500. So it's like another step up. I actually haven't used it yet. I haven't had any huge neighborhoods.
I downloaded like a fancy suburb hospital that is 3 stories high and like
cool.
very wide. Should try it.
Maybe I will put a clinic in. Actually, I'll check my current ones. Because they all have like way below capacity. I can't. Okay, what I should do is turn the medical overlay on here. It says 0 out of 100, 42 out of 100, 35 out of 100, 6. So yeah, I don't think I need more clinics. It'd be nice if I could increase the range a little bit, because I have nobody in these clinics and the ambulance is just waiting around. But not enough coverage in many areas. In fact, I should probably move this clinic over to cover this little neighborhood as well.
How awesome would it be if the districts that you painted were also multiplayer? So one player can build in one district.
That would be pretty cool. But yeah, I think handling multiplayer in this game would be nuts. Do the desync on all of the each individual person walking around?
Well, I mean, you don't need to. Like, I don't care if our citizens are synced so much.
Yeah, I know. I don't care either, but I think there's still issues with the game.
Yeah.
If that happens. I don't know if we talked about it much before, but Strict Toaster and I were trying to make a game at one point. We had a bunch of designs laid out.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to be multiplayer and we wanted to be a city builder. And then pretty much all the people I talked to, that's what they were talking about. It's like, well, you can't really have...
Good luck.
Yeah, multi-threaded and multiplayer. And you can't just ignore the desync. And so, I don't know. It went a little over my head and I ended up just going back to working on YouTube and my normal job. I don't know if this is a good place for a road. Maybe if it was one way. I'll leave it for now. I can always change it. One thing that bugs me is... Another thing that bugs me, actually. Keep talking about things that bug me. The bridge type is based off of the road type. So I really don't need a 6-lane road here, but I wanted a suspension bridge. So I had to be a 6-lane road if I want a suspension bridge. Otherwise, they look like these ones. And if I upgrade these to 6-lane, then it probably creates some weird, funky suspension bridge or just no support at all. So
It would be nice if you could upgrade the different bridges.
Yeah, the different
like
styles.
you did in SimCity 4.
Do I have any towers yet? What does it take to get a level 3 building? I mean, they have all their services. They're fully staffed. It's level 2.5. Building needs to be covered by more services to allow it to upgrade. More services. I have a police headquarters here, I think, somewhere nearby. Yeah, right here. Oh no, that's a fire station headquarters. Police headquarters is right there. I mean, I could put more buses. Does that count? Maybe it wants subway? It's a different type of service. It's got a train station. An airport? An airport opens the sky for traveling far away. Tourism benefits greatly from plane traffic. Airport also needs a road connection. Doesn't say anything about office buildings. Let's try building some subway metro stations. I was looking at this before, but I couldn't think of a good route to take.
I've seen some cool things done with airports in general.
The airport is pretty basic, but the way people, use like a couple of them or something to make a better looking airport.
Are there mods for like bigger? Can you use the assets editor to create like a massive airport?
I don't know. I haven't seen any yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are. I imagine people are just going to make like huge custom build airports eventually.
Yes. Like airports are probably as important as rail. Imagine if you had a tab that's just airport tools.
That would be nice.
That would be amazing.
Well, that was something that was a good mod in SimCity 4, I think, is that they had all these like custom airport bits and they actually worked. You could just build it piece by piece. And then most people tend to make like an entire large city a single airport.
A whole city airport.
Yeah. I mean, that's how big they are in real life.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They're like bigger than a neighborhood in some cases.
Okay, where should my metro line go? There's a lot of traffic going across these bridges, so I should probably make it go across the water. Yeah, I'll just start with a simple one. I'll just go straight up and down, kind of following this road. I might expand it later with some more thought, but not on the stream. How big are these stations?
Is the stream too much pressure on your shoulders?
I just don't want to bore people by making me staring at the screen for half an hour trying to figure out exactly where I want to have my metro line.
Chad is asking about the requirements for this game. Like, does it take that much computer power? I'm guessing that's a question.
It runs smoother, I think, on my computer, which is a little surprising. My computer's not that great, but I've heard of a lot of people complaining that it doesn't run very well on their computer.
To the level of things that are going on in the city, like the city this big in SimCity 2013 would have like taken a toll on any computer.
Yeah.
So it definitely runs better. In my case, I think there's an issue. I don't know. I don't think this game likes cards very much. And I've been having a lot of issues, especially recording the game. I've been having a few issues with that, where like it just loses a lot of frames. But I managed to get that to a good point. So yeah, if you want all the graphics to set to ultra, you're gonna need a semi-decent graphics card. But other than that, the game runs great. Even, I don't know, I haven't played on Mac. I should probably install the game on my Mac and see. Because if it plays well on Mac, that means it's like really well done. Usually games on Mac don't play well at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see if I can connect this up. I should actually move this on this side. I have a Pentium i7 with an AMD video card. I forget which one. So my computer is about 4 years old, I think. But it was pretty good at the time I got it. I'm actually going to start going this way.
I've never used this Metro tool.
I've done it once before, but I don't have much experience with it. It's pretty basic.
Yeah.
I don't think you can really do it wrong.
No, it's just some people tweeted me about. So I'm doing like a similar series like you do, like tutorials, and someone like asked, "Hey, like, what do you want to see?" And a few people told me that, "Hey, like, we want to see like a nice designed Metro system." Which I guess it's just like it's nice and smooth curves. It's all I can think of because you really can't do much.
It's more practicality of it. Like look at like New York or London, and the way it sort of interconnects and works, but still looks nice. At least on their maps, you don't know what it actually looks like because I'm just doing a straight line, which is what some cities do because it's cheap to do, but it's not very effective. Why can't I cross the water? It's too steep. Can I not like go down here, period?
Can you go up and down maybe? Page up, page down? Like a bridge?
No. I think I just can't go through here.
What if you go in small segments? No?
If I go in larger segments, it seems to work.
That is so odd. What if you go in a diagonal?
I'm going to move the station back a little bit. There it goes. Yeah, because I think the station was right up against the hill here, so I had to go really steep. Here it has a bit more of a curve to it. It's kind of hard to tell how deep it is, but realistically, I don't think a train would hit that very well either. But yeah, I think building a effective but nice looking metro line would be a bit of a challenge. That's what I was just saying, like I don't want to spend forever trying to figure one out right now.
Yeah.
Because I would want to have some loops.
At least one in the downtown area.
Well, the second basic thing to do, like I'm doing just a straight line, the second one would be kind of like a loop just back and forth across the river through downtown and through the outside neighborhoods. But that is also still too simplistic. I mean, you're missing huge gaps in the middle and on the outside. You kind of want like maybe a loop going kind of left and right through this area and then another sort of larger loop going this way. I don't know if you can see my mouse.
Yeah, I can see your mouse.
But I would also still want to hit like the major roads and where the buses are. So following kind of these avenues would be good in this area. And then sort of something that goes like outside over here and then maybe down across here and then like cuts over this way or something, because I kind of want, like I want a loop, but at the same time I also need a line where this avenue is because that's where most of my traffic is going. But you also kind of don't want to just follow the avenues because people can drive. You want to put it where there isn't traffic. So like I don't have a bridge here, but maybe people want to go this way, right? So instead
you want to complement your bridges with Metro.
So I think that's something you could look at with a tutorial, is figuring out a good way to mesh it in with your other networks. I'm actually planning to do something like that because I'm going to talk about like a road hierarchy, where you talk about how your highways complement your avenues, which complement your local roads, and then how you overlay a transit network on top of that, having loops for your buses like I kind of have here. This isn't the best system, but it's functional. I
tend to keep my bus lines basically have two stops on each side, and then that is how the loop is formed, not go in a circle, because that's how how it happens in real life?
I've seen both. So like this dark blue line here tends to just go back and forth on this one avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Most